Hello, friends and neighbors, and welcome back to the next edition of
Monday Night Live.
I like how you say that.
Hmm.
I like it. I like it. Welcome, everybody. Now's the time to send Uncle Homer a text or an email saying, hey, they're live. You forget every time. You're also welcome to share this on your favorite social media. That's how we find new people to help. And when you help somebody, when you give them the basic information that they need, and they implement it and say, okay, this is crazy. Redneck doctor from Tennessee said, just eat meat and eggs. I'm going to do that. And boy, do I have a success story for you. We're going to start this edition off with a success story. This is from James Swainston. Hello, Dr. Berry. I checked in with you all on February the 24th this year. My A1C was 14.6 then. It's down to 5.9. 8 months on carnivore, 1 meal a day, I lost 90 pounds, down to 245. I'm now 225, and my labs are in. Cholesterol normal, LDL is normal, triglycerides normal, fasting insulin 5.9, glucose 78, feeling great. Now, James put this in a super chat to say thank you to me and Neisha, but he did all the work. But what he also did with this super chat is he's paying it forward. He put this message out in the universe for maybe for you, or maybe for somebody you love. If you know somebody who's got a terrible A1C right now, or who needs to lose 100 pounds, take a screenshot of James's comment and share it with them. This is what a proper human diet will do for you, for your friends, for your family, for your loved ones, even for that next door neighbor that you're not too fond of. You want them to be healthy too. Trust me. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, except for I didn't get to play in the garden that much because I knew I had to stay clean.
That's right.
Because I had to do a live tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, James, for sharing that with us. We really appreciate that.
And all of you guys, you don't have to include it in a super chat, but I want you to tell your success story in the comments.
Always.
Because these comments, people read these comments months later, a year after we've done this live.
Especially in the replay, in the actual comment section.
Yes.
People are always scrolling through those.
Absolutely. All the time. So thank you so much, James, for sharing that. Thanks for the super chat.
If you're new, Ken just kicked it off. Dr. Berry, if you will. We are here for 60 minutes. We don't have a whole day, unfortunately. We have children and other things that we have to do, but we try our best to get to every question. That is impossible. But we have our awesome coaches and mentors in the comment section. If you see a blue name with a blue bridge, that's who those are. And they are amazing and super helpful. So if they're answering you, please pay attention. They are volunteering their time to be here tonight. And we really appreciate you guys. We love you. We know you guys do a great job. But if you're new, that's who those are. They're not just random people answering your questions. They're amazing. What's that? Oh, microphone.
It's our audio. Sorry.
Imagine that.
If we were a little muted. There. Now, that should be better.
A little announcement for those of you in the PhD community. Chris Cooking Nashville is now our culinary coach? I think is what
Chef/coach.
Extraordinaire. And he has his own dedicated space in there where he's going to share recipes. He's going to also do Q&As with his wife, Ash. Now, on Chris's channel, he's very inventive. I mean, he just put out a cereal recipe that's carnivore. He is a genius.
Carnivore cereal.
In the group, he's also going to focus on the basics of cooking and teach you guys how to adapt recipes to be within your personal boundaries. I am not carnivore, which shocks a lot of people since I'm married to this guy right here. I do have...
Say that again for the people in the back. You're not what?
I am not carnivore. I am meat-based, and I also include some alliums like garlic and onions. I eat some tomatoes. I eat cucumbers, and I use carnivore as an elimination diet. And I chose to not continue that for the rest of my life because I don't feel like that I need to.
But if you ever flare up, you always know.
I do a reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think tomatoes are doing me like I don't need them. I don't think. I just really enjoy them, and they don't cause me any issues. But Chris is going to help you take keto recipes and dial them back to meat-based and then dial them back to carnivore. He's just an amazing resource, and we're really proud to have him in the community. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, You really should.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh no.
Here's a good question from Hero25. Is there something to take for depression? Yes. The very first thing you should do is fix your diets. And I know for people suffering from depression, anxiety, OCD, and other mental health issues, you're like, it's almost offensive for somebody like me to say, oh, you step 1, fix your diet. Step 2, get out in the morning sun. Step 3, go for a walk. Because y'all know you're so depressed. You're like, dude, I don't even want to take a shower. And you're telling me to fix my diet. So you don't have to do anything. Just go to my YouTube channel and type in the word depression in the little search bar. I've probably got 20 or 30 videos that you can watch. And the more you watch, the more you'll understand, oh, my brain is actually part of my body. It's not a separate entity. It's connected. And most mental health issues are metabolic health issues, at least to some degree. So fix your diet first. There's several herbal remedies. Yak Fishing says cigaweed. I don't recommend cigaweed for depression. But it was funny, but no, don't do that. But yeah, fix your diet first. I promise you'll be glad you did.
Letitia. Hey, girl. Thank you, Dr. Ken and Neisha. I'm Ketovore now. I did the 90-day challenge from January of 2023 and ended up doing 4 months carnivore and loved it. Awesome, Letitia.
Nice.
Good to see you. So funny, we are doing the 90-day carnivore elimination diet challenge starting May 1st, but we did all the prep work in the last week. So if you come into the group now, you're going to have a lot of content there for you guys to watch. We're going to do live Q&As. Dr. Berry's going to do some live Q&As in there too. And this is really focused on using carnivore as a tool. At the end, we'll teach you how to do reintroduction if you so choose. Many people continue with carnivore because they feel so amazing. Other people want to bring a few things back and be more ketovore like me. But if you want to join, link is in the description. This is in the pro group. So if you go to the PhD Health community, pick the pro group, and that'll get you in like Flynn.
And you just heard the comment. When people do these challenges, it literally changes the way they think about food and their health for the rest of their life. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. And Neisha runs those and doesn't get nearly enough credit for all the work she does inside of our group. Yeah. And there's a link in the show notes if you want to sign up and be part of that challenge.
Coach Alyssa is also helping me this year.
Yes.
This will be our 3rd round of doing this, and we're going to try to package this one up. So if you missed this live cohort course, we're going to package it up later if you want to do it yourself so that you can have all that information later.
If you're a mountain lion and you want to stay on your own mountaintop and not be around other people, then you can do it by yourself. That's fine.
100%.
Here's a good question. Bryn Games, what's up with diet sodas and drinks? People say they're bad, just like cholesterol. People say that's bad.
Fair point.
But like you've taught us, show me the studies and science. Can you explain the science behind bad diet drinks? Okay, now this is a complicated issue, but I'm going to hit on several key points. And I've got other points that I talk about in other videos on my YouTube channel. So first and foremost, diet sodas are not ancestrally appropriate. Okay, we have only been drinking diet sodas with artificial sweetener for a few decades. Okay, so we haven't had time to adapt to that. That's not something that our ancestors had any access to. So our DNA, our body, our physiologies had no time to adapt to that. That's important, number one. Number two, you're right. The studies are equivocal. Some says, oh, it looks bad. Some say, oh, no, it looks fine. Anytime you see studies that keep going back and forth like that, you know, one thing, they're epidemiological or they're observational. They don't prove anything. And that's right. There's never been a definitive study that proved diet soda is bad for you. Okay. But if any observational study, you always scroll to the very end of the paper and look for the financial, who paid for this, who sponsored this study. And you'll find almost without exception that every single study is like, no, actually diet soda is pretty good for you, was funded by the American Beverage Association or one of the diet beverage manufacturers. So all the studies that say, yeah, I don't know, it looks like it might be bad, they're independent research. And so based on those two things, I choose not to drink sodas with aspartame or Splenda or saccharin. If I'm going to drink something that's sugar-free, it'll have stevia, monk fruit, allulose, something like that, because they're less unnatural. They've been around longer in the food supply. And, you know, stevia is a plant. You can grow it in your garden, right? We've grown.
We have.
Before. We've grown. Yeah. And so you want things to be as natural, and that's not an appeal to nature. That just makes good common sense. Just like a cow should eat grass, and if Purina comes up with some new synthetic cow food that they made in a factory, do you think really that's going to be better for the cow than grass? No, it's not. So drink water, eat meat, a few veg if you want it. That's a proper human diet. And because I promise you, more research is going to come out next month that, oh my God, aspartame or Splenda or one of these artificial sweeteners that's made in a chemical factory, it causes butt crack cancer or it causes something terrible. Just wait, the study's coming. And if you've already weaned off and stopped it, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're still drinking a 6-pack a day, you might have to worry.
Most people start drinking the sparkling water like bubbly, LaCroix, Waterloo. We drink those a lot. Some people, I add my electrolytes to my unflavored, so I drink it's called Pure from LaCroix, and it's just sparkling water in a can. So those are really good ways to still have that fizzy bite that soda gives you without the after effects of what possibly aspartame could do.
Right. You never know. Anytime something's made in a chemical factory, don't be shocked if a new study comes out and shows, oh, that's bad for you. Yeah. Okay. Here is Joe FW. Howdy, everyone from North Texas. Joe's in North Texas. Granny Berry is watching this tonight, so I want you to please say hi to Granny Berry and tell her where you're watching from. She loves it when you do that. Makes her night, maybe makes her week. I don't know. Some people say it makes her week, but at least it's going to make her night.
I think Serena was saying she got this exact same color in the t-shirt. So we're twinsies. This is our OB Farms t-shirt that's on the website, drgray.com/shop.
And the PhD shirt.
And the PhD shirt. This is our farm that we live on. We made this 4 years ago, and we never put it on anything. And then me and Alyssa were talking. I was like, we should probably put that on a t-shirt. For myself, I want it. I'm about to tell Autumn Weathers from Watch Autumn Keto. She's the person who does all of our t-shirts, her and her mom. So when you buy a t-shirt from us, you're also supporting Autumn, a small business. So that's really cool. So thank you to all of you who have purchased t-shirts.
Absolutely. Really cool. Absolutely. Here's a good question from Renee. What are your thoughts on body composition scales and how accurate are they? These are the scales that have the metal plates that you stand on barefooted and then you usually hold a handle that has metal plates as well. Renee, I'm sorry. These are very inaccurate. And I'll tell you a simple way you can test it and prove it to yourself. So get on it and see what your body composition is, your body fat percentage, your lean muscle percentage, all that stuff. And then drink 2 glasses of water. And then immediately get right back on it. Now, you didn't change your fat mass or your muscle mass, but all your numbers are going to be different because it's not doing what they advertise it as doing. It's not truly measuring your pounds of fat on your body or pounds of muscle on your body. It's estimating, and it has probably a plus or minus 20 to 25% error factor. So they're not very accurate at all. It's better than nothing, but not much.
Oh, it was Ellen. Ellen's my twin. But Serena says she's going to go grab one so she can match us too.
Nice.
Are your eyes bluer than they normally are today? They look really blue on the screen. Like piercingly blue.
Really? I don't know.
To me.
Do my eyes look more blue?
Don't they look like neon blue? What is happening?
Maybe it's the summer light.
I mean, it's very pretty, but that's like not what's happening in real life. That's weird.
Oh, who is this? Mare Bears is my favorite channel. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, Kim is 7 weeks carnivore. And for some people, 7 weeks, man, you can have a noticeable difference. Other people, their body's been so metabolically unwell and so abused for so many decades that 7 weeks, you might have a little benefit, but not much. But I promise, if you take a daily dose of vitamin P, patience, grasshopper, a proper human diet will move you towards a level of health you never dreamed you would experience again.
Absolutely. It's not just me. Everybody's like, yeah, they're super blue.
Okay. All right. Okay. I accept that. Blue, says Holly Crassel. Thank you, Holly. Blue on blue. Yeah. Thank you, Coach Marsha. All right. Let's see if we got some good questions here. What do you see over there?
Everybody's saying your eyes do look extra blue.
Lisa D says, has anyone tried shea butter as a facial moisturizer? We can actually go one better than that, Lisa D. Neisha uses beef tallow and lard and butter.
I use lard on my face. I don't know why beef tallow and me on my face.
You don't like it?
No. Legs, fine. Arms, fine. But my face, I use lard from Farrow, FARROW.life. That's their website. And shea butter and any coconut stuff, like you be careful with that stuff because it will clog your pores.
Yep.
Back in the day when I was really obsessed with skincare and tried all the things, and then I dipped my toe into natural skincare. I was like, coconut oil. Listen, that stuff tore me up worse than anything I've ever put on my face. So some people probably do fine with it. But I would say something more like a tallow or lard is better because it's pure fat, and especially lard. Like pigs are so similar to humans in like a scary sort of way.
Yep.
If you dive too deep, you can be a little disturbed. But that kind of fat just seems to do really well on human skin and not cause any problems.
There's a biological reason for that. Animal fat makes sense that it would be absorbed and used by animal skin. We are animals, right? My good friend Paul Saladino says that coconut oil, avocado, olive oil, they may have good macros and a fairly low omega-6 fatty acid content, but it's like trying to run an Apple software on a Windows computer, because plants are not wired up the same way as animals. And so putting animal fat on your skin just makes more sense biologically.
I mean, we even use some parts of pigs for transplants in humans. That's how similar we are. So
yes.
That's why I like Farrow. I do have a discount code for them. I think it's just my name, Neisha. It's either Neisha or Neisha Loves It. I don't know. But it's one of those. And it will last you forever. Like it's a little tub and it's quite pricey, but it lasts me probably 6 months.
Melissa says, has anyone gotten pimples on Carnivore? I have a massive deep one almost 4 months in. I haven't had pimples in about 30 years. So pimples don't last for 4 months, Melissa. If you've got some deep thing that's tender in your skin.
I think she means 4 months into it.
4 months into Carnivore. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So sometimes people will have some oxalate dumping that can cause a little flare-up, temporary, of acne. But most people notice that their acne improves greatly after they stay carnivore long enough.
It could be some exterior thing too. If you switch shampoos or if you've changed laundry detergents or new sheets, new clothes, hair conditioning, hair shampoo, soaps, like all kinds of things can affect your skin. So like go through the list, like what have I changed lately? And if you've changed a soap or anything like that, it could be that.
Yep, because it's super common when you change your diet to a proper human diet. You're like, I'm going to get all these chemical soaps and stuff. And then what we were just talking about, you may have got a shea butter based skin moisturizer, or you may have got a coconut oil based shampoo or soap. That could be causing the acne. It could be something else that you changed, but it's probably not Carnivore.
Also be if you've increased your dairy consumption. Even if you've been eating dairy all your life and haven't had any issues, some people, when they change to keto or even carnivore, increase how much dairy they're eating, and that can also cause skin issues, especially deep acne, cystic acne. So start measuring your dairy and keep a little bit more close track on how much especially liquid dairy.
Michelle Rodriguez says, Neisha, you're so pretty. I love your channel. You guys go. No, Neisha has a channel on YouTube. It's Neisha.
And just a reminder, I'm not carnivore. I'm meat-based. Ketovore, if you will.
I love it.
Two crazy ketos in the house, somebody said. Hey, guys. I don't see them, but somebody said they're in here.
Joe and what's her name are here? Just kidding, Rachel. Just kidding.
She's the hot one.
She's okay. She's fine. Melissa, 62-year-old male. 6 months carnivore, but no improvement. Low energy, recurring gout, no fat loss, daily fasted glucose over 100, occasional hand and leg cramps with electrolytes. So I can almost guarantee you're not eating enough fat, number one. Number two, are you still taking any prescription or over-the-counter medications? Because they can increase your risk of gout. Also, is it really gout or are you just having joint pain? There's a huge difference. Watch my video about gout on my YouTube channel. No fat loss. Have you had a full thyroid panel? Have you had your adrenal glands checked? Have you had your sex hormones checked at 62 years of age? All of those things can slow down your weight loss to glacial speed. So that's the things that I would look into. Are you supplementing with magnesium, potassium? If not, you might want to try that if you're having chronic leg cramps.
Dr. Berry has done many videos about the supplements that he approves of, meaning like you can get it from food, or if you're wanting to supplement, here's the ones he recommends. So one of them is Lugol's 2% iodine, which you can find on Amazon. There's another brand.
Can't remember.
There's another iodine.
We've used the J. Crow's Lugol's for
10 years. So
at
we're
least 15,
using it longer
at
than
least
I
15 years.
have. We use that every day. Vitamin D3 K2. Make sure it's in a good oil.
And
Oh yeah, liver. You can take desiccated. I guess it is that. No, they have a desiccated thyroid.
how do you women do this like that? It didn't work.
Like this.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
This is Ancestral Supplements beef liver for those of you who want to get that punch of nutrients that liver has, but you don't like the taste of it, or you don't want to cook it, or whatever. Ancestral Supplements has high quality liver that they encapsulate, so you can take these. It says take 6. You don't have to start there. All right. I would even start with 2, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, with food, just to see how you're going to react, because it's a lot to take 6. And we've spoke to them at length, and they even recommend that too. So even though it says take 6 per day, if you're new to any kind of organ supplements, I would start at 2 per day, tops for like a week, maybe even 2 weeks, and then increase to maybe 4, and then do that for like a month, and then increase to 6.
Yep, totally agree. So until you grow up and learn to like liver, you can take Ancestral Supplements.
We do have a discount code and a link in the description. We work with them a lot. So if you see Ancestral posting stuff with Dr. Berry, that is, we are okay with that. It's not spam. There are some herbal Chinese supplements that run ads here on YouTube that are not associated with Dr. Berry. That is a scam. And we're trying to get those taken down, but it is nearly impossible.
They're in another country. We can't find them. Can carnivore slow down the progression of chronic heart failure, or CHF? 100% yes. Your heart muscle actually beats better on ketones and ketone bodies than it does glucose. And so as you cut the carbs and eat enough fat to be in ketosis, you're going to notice that your stroke volume, your cardiac output, and your ejection fraction all improve. Now, I'm not saying you're going to go back and have 0 heart failure. I'm saying your heart failure is going to improve to some degree. We've seen this in hundreds and hundreds of people. Thank you, Barbara, very much. Sylvie, help. Almost 90 days carnivore, and I still had yeast infection problems. Doctors are no help. So don't douche with yogurt. Please don't do that. Everybody, when they're desperate and they've tried everything.
Why did you lead with that?
But it's just what came to mind, because I've had multiple patients in the clinic and they did that. I'm like, no, don't do that. No. So go see your doctor. This is a very simple fix. If what the doctor gives you doesn't fix this literally in 2 or 3 days, then you need a full exam and some swabs taken, because it's something else going on. It's not just a yeast infection. Some women can have vaginitis that is not yeast and is not infectious in nature. There are other kinds. There's even autoimmune vaginitis.
Yeah, but I would definitely suggest, if they haven't done a pelvic exam, go see your OBGYN, because
100%.
like that, if it's not clearing up with an antibiotic, you don't want that to carry on. It can get serious.
The vast majority of people, when they go carnivore, yeast infections go away.
Yeah, but if you already have one, like you can't backtrack that. You got to treat it.
Yeah, I agree. At least one time.
Somebody.
Go ahead.
Julie says, does coffee interfere with the absorption of iodine? I put iodine in my coffee every single day. Is that okay?
Yes, it's totally fine. Does it interfere to some tiny degree? Probably, because it has any plant food has anti-nutrients in it. Coffee's no exception. Coffee is also not ancestrally appropriate, but human beings have been drinking coffee and tea for about 7,000 or 8,000 years. That's well documented in the archaeological record. So we have been doing it for thousands of years. So it's not nearly as inflammatory, not nearly as anti-nutritious as other more modern things. It probably does. Maybe you lose 1 or 2% of the iodine if you put it in your coffee. But like I said earlier, I've been putting it in my coffee for at least 15 years. And the last time I checked my iodine, my 24-hour urine iodine excretion, it was perfection. So I'm getting enough iodine from that, even though I put it in my coffee. Thank you, John Hope. Holly Creswell says, hey, guys, traveling back home, staying in Paducah.
Oh, yeah, I saw where you were coming through this
just
way.
Up the road.
Fully Laden Swallow says, hey, Neisha and Dr. Berry, thanks for the info on Dr. Bowden and Dr. Corey. Is that on your channel right now? Replay live, right? That was a live stream?
I don't think so. I think I just called them out and told people. Yeah.
Okay. Just made an appointment with Dr. Corey's team. If it turns out I was stabby compromised, it would explain a lot of the symptoms I've been having. Thanks again.
And Dr. Mary Bowden, I have not had her on the channel yet.
I was thinking you did.
Did I?
Alyssa.
No, I have not. Dr. Mary Bowden, if you know that name, you know who she is. She's going to be on the channel coming up in the very near future. That's scheduled right now. I mean, I've got ADHD. I may have done it and forgot, but I think I'd remember Dr. Bowden.
Maybe we've talked about it.
We've talked about it, I think. Yeah, I think we've talked about it. Okay, let's see. Where are we at here?
Coach Jen, if you're here and Alyssa's not, if she left because of the baby, can you send her a text?
Here's Healing 2025. Hello, Doc. Just started Carnivore. My question is, why do I get tired and sleepy after eating butter? I have no idea. Now, anytime you eat anything, some of your blood supply is diverted to your gut. And some people kind of get a calm lull from that. But there's nothing about butter that would cause this. Are you eating plant butter? Or are you eating the Land O'Lakes or the Kerrygold that's got canola oil mixed with it?
A big dose of butter, any kind of fat, but butter specifically, is apparently very helpful to help you sleep. And most people do it at night for that reason. And even this is a trend on the TikTok, is giving your baby a spoonful of butter at night so that they sleep better, which I find hilarious because it's like, well, your kid is in ketosis now because it's a big spoonful of butter you just fed them. But so if it's making you sleepy, maybe just do it at night when you're having that big chunk of butter.
There you go. Know? Here's John Hope. Have you ever made or tried pemmican? We have tried it. People have made it. The keto, the carnivore bar. Carnivore bars.
Is pemmican.
That is pemmican. So we've tried that many times. They have like 6 different flavors now.
They have a lot of flavors. They have a discount code. It's my name.
We've tried every jerky, every biltong. Matt Hat's jerky is some of the best jerky I have ever had. There's a link in the show notes. This is a young man.
There's carnivore snacks, carnivore crisps. There's so many on the market. You can do this at home. Yeah. Obviously, if you have the time and
bacon and put it in a Ziploc bag, that's a carnivore treat.
There.
Yeah. Michael, thank you very much, Michael.
I try to bulk cook bacon in this house. Do you know what happens?
We bulk eat bacon. That's what happens.
That's exactly. There's none left, and I'm like, I just cooked 2 pounds of bacon. Yeah. Where is it? Where is the bacon?
My silly wife thinks that 2 pounds of bacon is bulk cooking bacon. She doesn't understand that's just exactly the right amount of bacon.
Cook it early in the morning, probably 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, because I need the bacon grease, because I use the bacon grease to cook everything else with. And so I set the big pile of bacon on the counter, and when I come back through at 12 o'clock, there's like 3 pieces.
Yep. Johnny, I'm pissed gastritis since 2009, down 200. But I'm doing Ketovore, and I feel like I can't eat enough. So what's your take?
Post-gastritis.
Post-gastrectomy or post-gastric bypass? See?
I don't know. I don't want to answer it because I'm not really 100% sure.
And I don't know if you mean since 2009 or if you started at 209 and you're down to 200.
Sorry, Joni.
Grammar, Johnny. Come on. I got to have grammar. Joni, maybe. But it's got an H. I don't know. Lacey, I am looking for more info on absorption issues for vagotomy patients. My stomach branch of my vagus nerve was cut to help stop acid production. I wish you hadn't done that. Due to ulcers. I understand, but I wish you hadn't done that. Also had a Rowan Y 5 years ago. Longtime fan. Hey, Lacey, it's a pleasure. Thanks for the super chat. So the vagotomy is not really going to affect your absorption much. What's really has destroyed your absorption ability is the Rowan Y 5 years ago. Even some people eating even nutrient dense meat heavy keto or carnivore with liver or the liver capsules, they still have to take supplements over and above that because your gastrointestinal system has been permanently surgically mutilated. I mean, at this point, you can't go back in time, so it's not really your fault, but it is your problem. And so you're going to have to eat as nutrient dense. Every single bite of food needs to be nutrient dense. You don't really have room in your tiny gastric pouch for fluff, trivial stuff, for junk.
Carnivore for Future says, little update, 15 months at my new work, not a day sick, and I got a diploma for being the best worker of the month at my company. Not bad from being deadly sick, 637 pounds, and down now to 420 pounds. 6 years carnivore, soon 50 years old.
Carnivore for Future has his life back.
It's amazing.
Did you hear that? I mean, at 600 and what? 637 pounds. How much hope do you think Carnivore for Future had?
He's down 420 pounds.
I wish I could find that.
It's all the way at the bottom.
Oh,
Keep scrolling. There
okay.
It is. Right there.
Here it is. I'm going to put this up so you guys can see this.
Down 420 pounds. That's like 4 Neishas.
Yeah, that's 4 Neishas exactly. But just imagine if you've got a friend who's just severely obese. They've lost hope. They're like, this is just me. I'm screwed. This is how I am for life. Take a screenshot of Carnivore for Future, their comment. Send it to your friend and say, dude, I'm just telling you, do 90 days of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, please.
It looks like Carnivore for Future is sharing their story on YouTube, giving their profile picture. Hopefully you are. Do that. Even if 5 people hear your story, that's 5 people that wouldn't have heard it in the first place. And that is an amazing story to tell. Thank you for sharing with us.
That one. Let me get back to where I was now. Okay, here is Corey. Hi, I'm new here and to the carnivore diet. Welcome. You found your tribe. I am pre-diabetic currently. So would it hurt to go to Doghouse tonight and have carbs and lemonade? So it's gonna hurt a little bit. It's not going to be the end of the world if you just did that. If you do that tonight and then you stay carnivore the rest of next week, it's not going to be the end of the world. But why would you want to do that?
Carnivore, so
you may need a little carnivore vacation.
The longer you do this, the less you're going to feel tempted by these type of things. Here's what you could go do at Doghouse. You could go have some cheeseburger patties and a McUltra, which tastes like crap, but is at least low carb, or a vodka soda if you want to have a drink with your friends. Like you're a responsible adult, you're able to do that. But there is always something on the menu. Naked wings. That's fine to have.
Those big fat hot dogs.
That's
a health food.
The bratwurst with peppers and onions. If you have peppers and onions with your bratwurst, but no bun, but win, man.
Yeah.
Win, my friend. And then the low carb alcoholic drink, Diet Coke and rum, Diet Coke and Jack. Even listen, we all know Diet Coke's not healthy, but also rum isn't either, and even is whiskey. And so but do the best you can.
Yeah, and we're not advocating Diet Coke based on what we just said earlier, but Corey's just started.
Yeah.
And Diet Coke is better than regular Coke, which is also full of chemicals, and he's going to wean down that Diet Coke. He needs to feel like he's still part of the crowd.
And you don't have to sacrifice your friends to get on the carnivore train. Do better, not perfect. Don't let perfect be the enemy of you moving in the right direction. Just make a little bit of a tweak while you're there with your buddies. He said he loves wings. Get them wings, but
get the
naked,
wings. Yes.
And make sure it's a true buffalo sauce, because the other sauces probably have a lot of sugar in them. So like a buffalo sauce is usually probably some canola oil and hot sauce, or if it's a good wing place, butter and hot sauce.
Yep. And Corey, do not order fries or rings. Let your friends order those, and then you're just going to get 1 or 2 of their fries.
Because that's a huge improvement too, isn't it?
It's a huge victory because you used to get that large ass fries, didn't you?
Right. We're not trying to get from right where you are to the end in a few weeks. Okay, it's a process, and it takes time. As long as you're doing better than you were, man. Good for you.
Huzzah! I love it. Crazy.
Canola oil isn't good. Duh.
Yeah, we know that. But he was eating a cup a day of canola oil. Now he's going to have 2 drops. You see, that's an improvement, right? Yeah.
Good job, Corey. Thank you for being here, by the way.
Yes. Crazy Joey. Hey, Dr. Bear, I'm trying to get shredded for the summer. Even though I'm only eating one meal, proper human diet a day, should I still pay attention to calories? No. Angie, day 34 of the carnivore and doing great. Shout out to Paola. That's one of our coaches for walking me through it. That's what our coaches are so good at. I feel so lucky to call her a friend. We feel so lucky and privileged to call Coach Paola our friend. We've been friends for years.
Yes.
Years.
Paola's been around since the beginning of Ken Berry.
Yes. She is
YouTube.
True blue. She is as honest as the day is long, and she's one of the best coaches that we have. She just will not stop until she has helped you. I love that. You've already got fully laden swallow. Russell, is iced green tea okay, and is Wagyu beef a good choice? Iced green tea, as long as it's completely sugar-free,
it's fine.
I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. Wagyu beef is a waste of money.
No.
If it's prepared properly, it's a little bit divine on your tongue. She is absolutely right. But as far as are there extra health benefits to Wagyu? No. I mean, but it's
going to boost those endorphins because it's fatty,
it's really
baby.
Good. It's really
Make
good.
sure you order it medium rare.
Or medium.
Listen, I've had the opportunity to have Wagyu a handful of times. The first 3 times I thought I was being smart and ordered it rare until the 4th waiter was like, this girl doesn't know what she is doing with this Wagyu beef.
And we were happy to admit that.
And he was like, can I make a suggestion? And I was like, absolutely. And he's like, order it medium rare. That way the fat caramelizes and it's going to melt in your mouth. And I was like, I have no idea. I've never eaten true Wagyu in a way.
We're mules in horse harness.
I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, that was the best steak I've ever had in my life.
Absolutely. Here's Gabrielle. I've been strict carnivore a week, and almost every time I eat, I get a sharp pain, lower abdomen. Is this normal? Gabby from Missouri. So you've been carnivore a week, and so this pain was not happening at all until the first carnivore meal you ate. Is that what you're telling me? Because that's weird. Also, lower abdominal pain. That's going to be small intestine, large intestine, rectum. That's not going to be where the food would be right after you eat. If this pain continues, definitely go see your doctor. But there's nothing about a carnivore diet that would cause sharp lower abdominal pain right after you eat. You probably ought to go ahead and see the doctor. Thank you very much, Danny. AJ, hey AJ, a fellow carnivore did a gallbladder cleanse recently with somewhat alarming visual results. Are those green lumps of stuff that came out caused directly by the ingredients of the cleanse itself? Yes. Yes, that was not in his gallbladder. Yeah, no, they love showing those pictures and it gets people all excited. That's not how it works. Rum, 37-year-old male, total T, 1.97. Your total testosterone is 1.9? You must be in another country.
I was going to say, I don't think that's...
SHBG, 19.2, free testosterone, 0.5. Yeah, you're in another country. Was 327 pounds, now down to 250. Weight loss slowed, full stop. I took my labs online and was prescribed, don't take Clomid. Don't take that. If anything, if you need your testosterone optimized, get that. I'm not a big fan of Clomid at all because it mucks around with not only your testosterone but other hormones as well. No, don't do that.
Clomid.
Yeah. Some docs will prescribe that with your testosterone. I'm not a fan of that.
That's terrifying.
Rob, I am 69 and autistic. There seems to be a new subtype of autism that's much more emotional and more general dysphoria. I'm suspicious microplastic synthetic estrogens may be a factor. What do you think? I think that it's multifactorial, Rob. I think that it is a tiny bit genetic. You're more susceptible or you're not. I think microplastics probably play a role. I think phytoestrogens play a role. I think that the jabby jabs may play a role in some kids with certain genetics. I think that all that needs to be investigated with fresh eyes.
Are we going to see this being investigated?
And none of the research needs to be paid for by the pharmaceuticals companies making the jabby jabs. They don't need to be in the room at all. We need independent scientists who don't own any big pharma stock, who don't have a promise, you're going to get this cush job if this turns out right. We don't need any of that. We need real scientific method science to figure out what the hell's causing this autism epidemic. Don't you agree? Do you guys think?
I agree, but I think that is a fantasy.
At the federal government level?
I think it's a fantasy, but what we do know is we've seen time after time, there's coaches in our group, there are members in our group, there are people in this comment section right now who have children with autism, who have autism themselves, or on the spectrum in some way. And when they eat a real meat-based, high-fat, low-carb way of eating, you don't have to call it. It doesn't matter what you call it.
That's right.
Okay, it matters what you're putting in your body.
Yep.
Their symptoms are manageable, and they become able to say words. Even people who are so severely autistic that they are nonverbal.
Yeah, 100%. We've seen this hundreds of times. There's a movie called The Magic Pill, and they used a ketogenic diet, and the little girl went from nonverbal, eating with her hands, to verbal and eating with a fork or a spoon.
And I mean, one of our coaches, Coach Becca, she uses this with her kids. It's just a very important thing. When we're like, what can you do? It's not your fault, but it's your problem. And if nutrition can help your child or brother or sister or mother or whoever become able to live their life and thrive, not just like manage symptoms, then that is a powerful thing.
Don't you want to know? I want to know, what do you think is causing this autism epidemic? Because back when I was 3 or 4 years of age, one kid out of 25 or 30,000 had autism. And now the new statistics is somewhere between 1 out of every 20 to 1 out of every 12 has some degree of autism. And I agree, a little bit of that is from we're better at diagnosing. We're really looking for it now. Yes, but do you think that's all of that? No. Tell me what you think is causing this. I want to know what you think about this, because this is getting out of hand. And I have hope that our current FDA will really get on this. But I don't have much hope. I'm praying, but it's the federal government. What do you think? You don't think they're going to get co-opted? You don't think that the pharmaceuticals are going to spend $1 billion lobbying everybody? Of course they. So
I mean, but skip over them. Who needs them?
Right.
You have the power to vote with your dollars,
100%,
and support your local farmer and buy beef locally and plant a garden and buy at the farmer's market and
get all the microplastics out of the house.
Even if you're on a budget, like try at least to put a little bit of that budget towards something that is locally raised and grown, so that you will have that resource further down the road.
Yep.
It's very important. Buy chicken.
Yes, buy a chicken, let them eat bugs in the yard, and then feed those eggs to your baby. I promise your baby's brain will thank you. Susie, Dr. Berry, what do you think about protein drinks with skim milk? I just want to lose weight, and tomorrow I have an appointment with weight management, and I'm postmenopausal. So protein drinks are a waste of your money, Susie. Protein drinks made with skim milk are just ridiculous, okay? Because it's not the fat in the milk that makes you fat. It's the sugar in the milk. And skim milk actually has a little more sugar, lactose, than whole milk does. The weight loss clinic's going to put you on a prescription, and they're going to sell you a bunch of either food or shakes. All that's dumb, Susie. And you might get mad at me for saying this, but you're going to go to the appointment, and you're going to buy all the stuff, and you're going to have big hopes, and boy, I'm going to buy God. And then how many months? 2 months, 3 months, 4 months? You're going to be like, well, this is dumb. I just wasted $500. I've lost 2 pounds, and I'm starving to death constantly. Or you could say, you know what? Before I go spend all that money, I'm going to watch every video Dr. Berry has on his YouTube channel about either keto or carnivore. Pick which one sounds best to you. Do you like veg? Eat keto. Do you like nothing but meat and eggs? Eat carnivore. You're going to lose more weight. You're going to be healthier. You're going to get more nutrition, and you're going to keep it off, because these diets are sustainable, unlike giving all that money to your doctor for a bunch of stuff that's made in a chemical factory. Please don't waste your money, Susie. Please.
Edwina, cool name. Doc, what do you think about lean mass hyperresponders? How many videos do you have about lean mass hyperresponders?
I've got 2 or 3, and there's new research that just came out. I made a video about that. I made a video about the previous research, and there's another paper coming soon, and I'm sure they're going to have 2-year and 3-year and 4-year follow-up. So once a year, you can expect another lean mass hyperresponder paper. I think that lean mass hyperresponders are not in danger just because their ApoB is high or their LDL cholesterol is high. I think when they're metabolically healthy like that and they're eating a proper human diet, high LDL is meaningless. High ApoB is meaningless. More information to come on lean mass hyperresponders as the research comes out.
If you're new here and you have a question like, will carnivore help high blood pressure? Will keto help my gallbladder? Can I do keto with a gallbladder? Can I do carnivore with gallbladder? If you type in Dr. Berry gallbladder, it's going to pull up many videos.
In YouTube.
Yep. In YouTube. Yep. Anything. He's got how many videos are on YouTube now?
1,500? It's a bunch.
So if you are new and you have questions like that, go down the Dr. Berry rabbit hole. I guarantee you there is binge-worthy content on here that's going to help you, especially if you're new.
Yep. And another thing, inside of our private community, our PhD family, we actually have an AI.
That's only in the pro group.
In the pro group that you can ask, hey, can I do keto without a carnivore, without a gallbladder? Will carnivore help with toenail fungus? What if I have an inguinal hernia? You can ask it those questions, and it's just like me answering you. You could be asking these questions at 2 a.m. While I'm in bed asleep, and my AI will still answer you.
It won't just answer you. It will reference where it got the answer and give you the link to the video. And not only the link to the video, but it will send you to the exact place in the video where Dr. Berry is talking about that specific topic.
Pretty cool.
Very powerful tool. We
cool.
spent a lot of time building it, and we update it as much as we possibly can.
Here's Anthony. Going to see my blood work results Sunday. Been on Ketovore for 6 months. I am type 2 diabetic currently. Will I see a big difference? A1C was 6.4, so this time it's probably going to be about 5.8 or 5.7. That'd be my prediction. My doctor questioned my cholesterol. Go figure from diet. Yeah, your doctor's may freak out when he sees your cholesterol because about 1/3 of people, their LDL cholesterol goes up on keto or carnivore. 2/3 of people, it doesn't go up.
KL says, Neisha, as someone with Hashimoto's, which method of the Pro Challenge would you recommend? KL, if you're in the challenge group, I'm doing a live tomorrow Q&A about our prep week and going over stuff. Ask me in there because I'll need to ask you a few more follow-up questions and have this ready for your question if you can make it. If not, put it in the comment section of the course challenge. How long have you been eating keto if you're already been keto? Or have you been standard American diet? What diets have you been doing for the past 6 months? And how severe are your symptoms? So come hang out with me in there tomorrow. And if you don't make the live stream, just put it in the course community feed and I will find you. Tag me and I'll get back with you.
I love it. Poor Danny has been brainwashed. I started carnivore November 1st, 2025. I had my blood tested in April. Cholesterol is 296. Guess what, Danny? I could care less what your cholesterol is. That is the least important blood marker that you had checked. What was your A1C? What was your insulin level? What were your triglycerides? What was your HDL? What was your HSCRP? Those are actually important metabolic markers. We have been so propagandized by big pharma drug advertising for Zocor, Crestor, Lipitor that if anything makes your cholesterol go up, you're like, oh my God, that's it. I have to quit immediately. No, any doctor who gives a damn what your total cholesterol is 15 years behind on their reading. They literally haven't read a journal article in 15 years. Your total cholesterol is irrelevant to your overall metabolic health. It's the least meaningful number that you could have told me, but you still are brainwashed. You think, oh my God, cholesterol is the most important number. It's not, Danny. It's irrelevant. What was your A1C? What was your fasting insulin? My bet is your doc didn't even check those. And those are the most important tests to have checked. So find a new doctor who's up to date on their reading and get all those labs checked. You can go back and rewatch this and write them down. And then come back and tell me what those levels are, and I will actually care and I can actually answer a rational question for you.
Speaking of labs, I can never get this man to talk about anything besides meat and poop. However, those of you who've been around a while, and a lot of you have the Common Sense Labs book that was available for the past 2 years.
Yep.
It has been updated, and it is available for pre-order right now on Amazon.
The second edition.
It's updated. There are new chapters. There is new content. There is a new cover. It's very professional.
Yep.
So you can go pre-order it right now on Amazon. It's still called Common Sense Labs. You can just type in Dr. Berry Common Sense Labs. Should pull it up. Yep. And is there going to be an audible version or no?
Probably not because it's so data.
It's very data-based. So
Yeah.
this is going to cover a lot of your lab questions for yourself, what to take to your provider, how to ask for these lab tests given your current diagnosis or symptoms. Very excited. So if you want to share that with your friends and family, pre-order that, ask for it for Christmas.
Or maybe Danny could get a copy of that for his doctor.
And a lot of people have taken that book to their doctor.
Absolutely.
But you can no longer buy Common Sense Labs because it's gone.
It's retired.
And now the new version is going to be coming out. I think the date is on the Amazon.
But you can go ahead and pre-order it now. There's gonna be a paperback, a Kindle, and a whatever the third option is.
There isn't a third.
But there's probably not going to be an Audible because it's charts and tables and stuff. But now you guys tell me in the comments, would you want it to be an Audible? Because it'd be a lot of weird reading to get the charts in. But we could have a PDF supplement. Yeah.
Atomic Habits was a lot of data and tables, and he somehow made it work. Not comparing it. It's apples and oranges. But okay, I have a question. So chill out over there. Uni X Girl. I want to start my baby on an animal-based diet. Wasn't there a book recommendation once that I could read? So I really need to write a baby-led,
100%.
sugar-free.
Yep.
Sorry that I haven't done that. I've been a little busy. So what you would do is buy the book Baby-Led Weaning. Apply the principles, ignore the nutrition. Our kids and many other kids in this community have been raised on mostly meat, a few fruits and vegetables, lots of eggs, healthy fats, and they've done phenomenal. There are even carnivore kids in this community that they're just meat-based. My kids eat more than that, but many kids just eat meat. Apply the tactics that are in that book, like how to make sure their steak they're not gonna choke on their steak. Soft foods. We even encourage you guys to introduce them to peanut butter, because even if we don't think that's a healthy food, introduction is going to keep them from maybe developing an allergy in the future. Scrambled eggs, avocado, those type of foods, those are really good first foods. That's what we did. So just get the book for the method and ignore the nutritional data in there because it's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Here's a question from Foxy Joe. Can I eat ground liver and kidney every day? If it's ground in with ground beef, and if any of you guys you're like, why would you put liver in your ground beef? Because it's nutrient dense and you can't taste it in the ground beef. Now, kidney, I don't know about. I think I could taste kidney because kidney's got a nursing home smell. It's not great.
You didn't know what you were doing.
Well, that's true. Maybe I just didn't cook it right. But did it not smell like?
Yeah, but you just kind of threw it in a skillet.
I did. I tried to fry it in bacon grease. But if you get, and so for each 3 pounds of ground beef, if you'll put a pound of liver and kidney combined, half pound of each, and have your butcher blend that together, you're not going to be able to taste that, and you're going to have your ground beef's going to be a literal superfood multivitamin. Yes, please do that. That's perfectly safe to eat every day. Absolutely.
Sean says, I just pre-ordered. Paper is best. Totally agree. Paper copies of every book. If you love a book, you better go get the paper copy.
I always do that. I'll listen to the Audible. I'm like, damn, that book was great. I'm going to buy the real book.
And then it ends up in a pile on these shelves.
I have to possess it.
Braro says, the Bonnie Blue diet includes tahine and pig chips. Yeah, what she calls...
Listen, yeah. So
she calls pork rinds chips.
Yes. She's literally never had a potato chip in her life. So I guess she saw some little kid's cartoon and she thinks those look like chips, so they must be chips.
She loves her some chips.
Also, when Neisha makes bacon bits, fries a bunch of bacon and makes bacon bits.
She calls that beans.
She calls those beans.
I don't know where she gets this.
Because I guess they resemble beans, but she's never eaten a bean
she names things
her entire life.
The weirdest.
So funny.
Yeah.
So funny. Okay, Jordan Cole, are Wendy's beef patties fine to eat daily? I am over-the-road truck driver and don't have access to high-quality cooked meats regularly. Jordan Cole, absolutely yes. The quarter-pound patties from McDonald's are fine to eat every day. Wendy's, fine. Five Guys, fine. Burger King, fine. Steak and Shake, fine. Now, Sonic, last time I looked at their ingredients, they put some kind of mushroom crap in their burgers. So go to their website and verify that. They may have fixed it because I really threw a fit when I found out.
I had one there, I don't know, a few months ago. And
it's weird, right?
It doesn't taste right.
Yeah. But so listen, every over-the-road worker, driver that you know, please tell them, because so many truck drivers have a problem with obesity and diabetes and hypertension. But they're like, I mean, it's the buffet or it's the chips. I mean, what am I? Eat the hot dogs and the burger patties. Hot dogs with mustard. The mustard French's is sugar-free, has no carbs. You can get 4 patties, quarter-pound patties, and 3 hot dogs and put mustard all over them. You're going to be full and your blood sugar is going to be beautiful and you're going to lose fat. Please share that with a truck driver that you know and love.
I'm pretty sure there's a truck driver carnivore channel, isn't there?
100%.
What's it called? Carnivore truck driver, I want to say. I think it really is that basic.
Yeah, it's something
on YouTube, carnivore for truck drivers, and that's going to pop up.
Yes,
there's many. We have so many truck drivers in the community and in this comment section every week because it's something that you guys are like together because it's not easy because there's a lot of junk food on the road.
Yeah, and truck drivers are common sense people. They know 1 + 1 must be 2, whether you like it or not. And so when I say to them, look, bologna is a health food compared to every other thing in the convenience store, they get that. Oh, it's meat, salt, and spices. Yeah, it's just meat. Hot dogs are a health food. Hamburger patties are health food compared to the other junk at the convenience store and at the restaurant, definitely at the buffet, because they're going to fill that up with cheap carbs so they can make money off you. Eat the meat only if you're an over-the-road driver. And I promise you'll be back in my comments 6 months from now, sending me a super chat saying, OMG, thank you so much, Dr. Barry. I have lost 50, 60, 70 pounds. That's me on the typewriter, typing in the comments.
Probably annoying. Christy says, remember when Beckett used to call pork rinds cookies?
Yeah, Beckett called them cookies. I forgot.
That really caused a lot of disruption when he would be like, I want a cookie. And I'd have to go in my vlogs, be like, he thinks these are cookies, hand it to him. And he'd be like, thank you for my cookie. Because no one would believe me that he was asking for pork rinds. Like, what kid calls a pork rind a cookie? So funny. I get it.
All right, here's Joe. I think, is this the last one? Almost.
Yeah.
Girlfriend has Hashimoto's, and we've been carnivore 3 weeks. She feels terrible. She's not eating enough total food, and she's not eating enough fat. Guaranteed. Should she get her iodine checked? Yes, but in the meantime, she needs to get some J. Crow's Lugols, 2%, and start taking 2 or 3 drops a day.
Here's my opinion.
And
my humble
now for somebody with
opinion,
Hashimoto's.
I have seen many times, I don't know if this is the case because I'd have to talk to your girlfriend, when women specifically go from a higher carb way of eating directly into carnivore, that is a stressor. If you have an autoimmune disease, any type of stress, even if it's healthy, can cause you to feel like absolute trash. So if she is indeed feeling like absolute trash, I would bring the carbs back up. Now with cookies and Doritos, but with some low carb vegetables, and make sure she's eating plenty of fat with all of her meat as well, and ease her way into carnivore over like 6 weeks. That way her body is not detoxing, for lack of a better term, from that carb withdrawal, causing her to feel like extra trash because she is got an autoimmune disease. I mean, that is the thing.
Yep. Absolutely. I totally agree. What do you see over there? Here's Chris, while you find one. My last triglyceride check was 520, which prevented an accurate LDL number because it's calculated. Is there anything I can do on top of exercise to lower that number? Yes, Chris, you can eat a low-carb, high-fat diet that will make your triglycerides normal. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Cook your beef and cook your eggs and put some butter on top of it. Do that for 90 days. Don't eat anything else except beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And then go back and get your triglycerides rechecked, and you will be very happy. And your doctor will be very surprised, and maybe, hopefully, we'll have some questions for you. Because doctors don't typically see triglycerides go from 520 down to 90, which is what yours are going to do. You got anything?
Oh, everybody's talking to each other. I love seeing you guys chat with each other. That is awesome. Share your stories with each other. Share your stories in the comment section after the replay is posted so other people can come back and read those. That is so important.
Yep.
We are, like I said, about to kick off our 90-day carnivore elimination diet challenge. This is not just 90 days of eating carnivore. This is 90 days of figuring out what your proper human diet is, because when we bring back in foods with reintroduction section, which is after the 90 days, you're going to do it in a very specific way so that you understand if you can add onions back, or if you're sensitive to cheese or just liquid dairy. or if you can have something sometimes, but not all the time. We're going to teach you how to put your foods in groups. Red, we can't ever have again. If we do, we're going to suffer. Yellow, I can have every now and then. I'm going to have some consequences, but it's not the end of the world. And green, I can have these all the time, enjoy my life, and they are going to feed my food, my body, make me feel amazing. So if you're interested in that, you can go to the link in the description, phdhealth.community, hang out with us. Or you can come back next week and hang out with us.
Yep. Now, I'm going to be live tomorrow in the private community at 4 p.m. Central. So if you didn't get your question answered tonight, join the group, and I'll be with you at 4 p.m. Central tomorrow. And instead of 5,500 people watching and asking questions, there'll be 200 or 300. And so I can answer more questions more thoroughly inside of our private community. And it feels like a big proper human diet family is what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're done for tonight. And if you have an amazing story that you want other people to be able to see, don't post it yet. As soon as we end this video, refresh this page, and then you can put in a comment that will stay underneath this video. And then everybody who comes and watches this video on the replay will be able to see your amazing transformation story. And I promise you, those stories change lives. They save lives. Some people have saved more lives with their transformation story than doctors have their entire career. I promise you, it's very powerful. So please share your story because people are reading the comments.
I'll be live on my channel tomorrow, and then I'll be live in the 90-day challenge group tomorrow night. So if you want to come hang out with me, talk about books, gardening, and bacon, my favorite thing in the world, come hang out with me over on my channel, and we'll see you next week. And
tomorrow on this YouTube channel, I'll be posting a video titled Carnivore versus Keto, which one is better? So you'll probably want to check